Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and I am here to show you something really awesome. This is how to make the perfect food and drink recipes in Ark, giving you the maximum amount of health, the maximum amount of STAM, food, and water. Now, all of those things are really important, obviously, but this is how you're going to get a maximum amount of all of those in a single recipe, both for drink and for food, so you can crank up all of your stats ridiculously fast. So what you're going to need, pretty simple. One, you need to crank up your crafting skill using a focal chili and a mind wipe to just put all your stats into a crafting skill. Take a focal chili, because focal chili will increase your ability to make stuff by about 100%, and that's going to give you the best overall stuff. You can see I've been practicing all day with this kind of stuff, and I'll show you the best recipes to make. So you're going to need some notes, and this is going to show you how to do it from scratch. Toss your notes inside, pick all of your other ingredients out of this thing, and that's pretty much the start that we're going to go with for that. So what are we going to do next? It's pretty simple. We're just going to grab our ingredients. If you haven't already smacked that like button, please do. It helps a ton. Leave a comment below for the algorithm, because that would be awesome, and leave a subscribe to the channel. I'm making a bunch of content, and hopefully it helps you out. Thank you very much. Now that's the only plug I got, so let's go ahead and continue. So you got your notes in here, you've got your focal chill, you've got everything ready to go. There are a few things that you need. Now, the top items in each category are as follows. Stamina. Kibble is the best by far. It is 3 times better than the next closest thing, which is a rare mushroom, and that's the second best, and the egg is the third best for stamina. Your food, the best thing for food is also kibble. It's 2 times as good as the egg. And then after that comes the prime meats of all the different types. And then there's health. In order to increase health, what you're going to want to focus on is an egg. Now, the egg is the best by literally 3 times. The next closest thing is prime meats, and then cooked prime meats, and then honey is like in the next category down, but it's 4 times. An egg is 4 times better than honey. So always use eggs to increase your health. And then water, the best water things are crops, aquatic mushrooms, and element dust. So how do you actually make the best overall anything? It's actually really easy. We're gonna go ahead and start with the food. Now, what you're gonna wanna grab for the food, and I usually do it this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab 3 eggs. Now, 3 eggs is a reasonable number, because you can have dodos produce a ridiculous amount of this. And I'm gonna grab 3 kibble. Doesn't matter what kind of kibble, as long as it's just basic kibble. Now, if you have 3 kibble and 3 eggs, we're gonna go ahead and toss that in there. And we're gonna go ahead and call this the super burger. Now, I don't know, you know what, why not? We'll just call it the Teach Burger. The Teach Burger. So the Teach Burger, and we're gonna go ahead and make it look fancy and all, and we're just gonna, like, you know, put all of our efforts in here, and that looks gross. Let's make it look at least slightly appealing so people wanna, that's not a good color, but still, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that, why not? So this is the Teach Burger. Now, just 3 ingredients, and you're gonna get yourself some ridiculous stats. Yes, that is 875 food. Yes, that is 232 health. Yes, that is also almost 1100 stamina for a total of 6 ingredients. Now, if you didn't care too much about overall and you're okay mashing a bunch of these, this is going to give you this over time. So every 1 point, you're literally going to get 1.5 per second for all of this stuff. And it's going to increase your literally everything over time. So this is the best burger that you can make. Now, if you wanted to change the cost of this, in order to increase health, you could use honey instead if you have a better supply of honey. But eggs are pretty easy to get if you just have a dodo farm. Same thing with basic kibble, especially if you have a dodo farm, it's ridiculously easy. So that is the best way to make a burger. Now, it's a little bit dark in game, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up here, game of 3, why not? And we're gonna crank that up. So now, how do you make the actual best drink? Now, another thing, pretty simple. You're just going to use a couple of basic ingredients. In order to get the maximum water, we're going to grab a total of 3 citronal. Citronal are also going to give us a couple of additional benefits as well. And we're going to grab another 3 eggs. 3 seems to be the magic number to give you a very large amount of this stuff. So you can see there's a Teach Burger right there. We're going to go ahead and take out the Teach Burger, and we're going to make the recipe. Now, again, we're going to go ahead and make it look pretty, but oh, that's what I wanted to do. So this, we're going to make it, I don't know, we're going to make it Teach Colored. Yeah, Teach Colored recipe. So this is Teach's, I'm not going to call it my sauce. Let's call it Teach's Drinks. Teacher's Drink too. No, Teach Drink. Teach's Drink, there we go. Terrible name for it. So we got all of our stuff right now, and just so you can see, look at that right there. you're going to get 146 water, which is plenty of water. You're going to get 230 stamina, and you're going to get almost 300 health. Now that's a lot of health, obviously. So that being said, this is low cost, and these are the best ingredients that you can have. Now, the other argument is the actual cost to you. So if you were looking for something that was more affordable and easier to grind out, what you could do is you could use element dust for water. It gives you a little bit of water and a little bit of health. Not necessarily super important, but I mean, you could use element dust. Now, element dust, because you can harvest it, can be seen as something that's like really powerful for some people. So we're going to split off just, let's say, 20. Now, the negative thing of element dust, though, is it's very, very heavy. So if I make a recipe out of this, right, and I just make this my element dust drink, I'm not even going to name it. I just want to show you. You can see that it gets, the weight is 0.1 right there, and then the water and everything is stupid high. So if you had access to a ton of element dust, you would be able to make yourself a overpowered thing. Now, if you don't have element dust, that's not a huge issue. Element dust will give you some crazy stuff, but that being said, you don't always have access to it. But look at that. 436 health, 333 water, and 423 stamina. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to make a burger out of it. Now, the best thing that you can do for this is again going to be one of our element dust burgers. 400 health, 401 food, and 400 stamina. Now, if you only have one ingredient and you happen to have a ton of element dust, this is going to provide you with some crazy stats. No, it's not the best overall. You're going to get your most bang for your buck out of a single dodo egg and a single citronal. But if you don't care and you happen to have a bunch of element dust laying around, you can make yourself some crazy hacks, literally like hacks, because element dust is so cheap to afford. You get some ridiculous recipes. I mean, look at that. I can harvest up like 20,000 element dust in like an hour, and I can get myself just crazy stats. Like, that's broken right there. 436, 337, 423. It's kind of like a secret ingredient. If you wanted to add it on top of your other things, you could totally crank up some of this stuff as well. But it's up to you. Obviously, there are best things, but the easiest thing to use across the board is probably element dust. If we're being honest, element dust is the best way to go. So anyways, if you want to make yourself crazy overpowered, don't overthink it. Get yourself a ton of element dust. If you're not on a server where you can get a hold of element dust, these are the things you want to get a hold of with that dodo egg and the citronal. But element dust is the overall best thing that you can use. So again, your choice. I would personally try and maximize my profit and just use a bunch of element dust, but the best bang for your buck in each stat, I already read them all off to you, but still, it's up to you. So for those of you that are like, you're right, you're wrong, it's up to you, because whatever you have access to tends to be the best. If you have element dust, cool. If you don't, the other stuff will be what you can use. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out, and other than that, teach.